Hey, how's it going, everyone? This is Navi Vedant, and I'm going to tell you guys exactly how I made 100K this month with my remote construction business, where I don't go to the construction site. I'm 19 years old. I literally don't do anything. I literally sit in my room and use my phone and my computer, and I run the whole business just like that. I'm going to tell you exactly how you can do that, how you can get there in 1 to 2 months. Honestly, it took me a long time to get there, but you can get there very, very, very quick if you knew what I now knew. And I'm about to drop all of it just for free. I'm literally about to tell you everything for free. And if I don't tell you anything, you can just DM me and I'll tell you all of it for free. And just in case you think I'm lying or LARPing or whatever, I mean, I don't really care what you think. This is for more people. This is more for my warmer audience, people who know me already, who already trust me. But just in case you think I'm LARPing, that's one screenshot over there. That's another screenshot over there. But yeah, I'm very close to 100K this month. I'm next month, who knows where I'll be, probably double that almost. It's infinitely scalable. But yeah, it's very, very niche, and I'll tell you exactly how to run it. All right, guys, so I'm gonna go ahead and get straight into it. So, this is the 100K a month construction blueprint. This is exactly how you can make 100K a month within your within your second month, honestly, in doing this. So it's complex, but if you follow the steps like a robot, anyone can make 10 to 50K their first month and 100K their second month. Easy. It's honestly easy, but you have to follow the steps exactly, just like a robot, and do exactly like I say. Okay. Now it's a complex business model, which is why I'm not going to explain everything. I'll literally explain as much as I can in a video format. But if you have any questions, you can just DM me on Insta. I'll put my Insta in my bio, and you can just DM me and I'll answer all the questions you have, okay? But this is going to tell you exactly how the business model works. This took me from 0K a month to 100K a month in 5 months, but I've made so many mistakes. So drop servicing has absolutely changed my life, and what I've learned has absolutely changed my life. So if you take the lessons I'm about to give you and you use them, you can really, really quickly. This is actually insane. You can change your income so quickly. You don't have to do drop shipping. You don't have to do SMMA. You don't have to do anything so slow that takes a year to even make 10K a month, right? This is going to give you a 10K a month. You can make a 10K a month in one day with this type of work. Okay, so I'll stop hyping it up and I'll tell you exactly how it works, right? First, if you're not willing to invest in this, this is not going to work. This does rely on running paid ads for yourself. There will be expenses, but they're all results based. The profit is insane. It will make up for it at least 10x. Okay, I promise you, at least 10x. The return on ad spend for this, the ROAS, is literally insane. So, okay, if you set it up like I tell you, you need zero skill to run the system. Yes, zero skill, and that's correct. Even though you have to run ads, you will need zero skill. Okay, so let's go on. System creation and planning. First thing, basically what we're doing is we're creating a construction company, and we're gonna run it completely remotely, right? I don't live in even the state where I run my construction company, and I do it all just through my phone and my computer. That's all I do. Okay, so you're gonna have to first. What you're gonna do is you're gonna set up a construction company, and you're gonna find some contractors, so some guys who can do construction. You're going to find 3 or 4 guys, and you're going to generate leads, generate construction deals, and you're going to go send them to do it, and they'll give you 10% of the money they make, right? This is really huge because jobs can be 100K, 200K, a mil. Like, I haven't had $1 million job yet. I'm going to move into that later. But once you start getting like $1 million jobs, can you imagine, like, in one day, in 1 hour, you can make 100K? So that's exactly how it works. If you're taking 10%, right? You can even take 20%. That's a bit pushing it, but yeah, let me stay on track. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna find a place to put your construction business. Now, this is ideally somewhere where there aren't too many permits, too many licenses, too many requirements to run, too many like lawsuits going on, right? So I would honestly recommend somewhere like Colorado, right? Colorado has very low regulations for construction. You can honestly set up a construction business pretty much anywhere in Colorado. You would choose a city, a major city in Colorado. Let's just say Denver, right? You also have to do competition research. I don't run my thing in Denver. I'm gonna keep that a secret where I run it. But let's say you're running it in Denver, Colorado. You're gonna do some competition research. You'll see, oh yeah, these guys are pretty horrible. They don't look very smart. And let's be honest, people who run construction companies, like actual old men who never went to college, never got an education, never got not college, but never went to high school, never got an education, have an IQ under 80. They're not gonna beat you if you actually do this model, right? If you're an entrepreneur, you're probably a lot smarter than the actual construction. If you're an internet entrepreneur, you're actually a lot smarter than the average construction old guys. So that's the next thing you're gonna do is you're gonna find a nice place. You're gonna find low competition or easy competition. And then if you want, so there's a way to do this without actually taking any tax. That's for your first like 50K a month. You don't actually have to pay tax. Later on, you should make an LLC. So you have to get a registered agent, and you have to make an LLC on that. That's a bit. You just DM me later, and I can show you how to do that. It's not hard. It's just kind of weird. I'm not gonna go into it right now. But once you have your location, you have your niche as well. That's one thing. Find your niche, right? I started off with deck building. You can start off with pool installation. You can start off with patio construction. You can start off with just outdoor living general. You can start off with ADU construction. ADU is like these. It's basically like small home construction. There's so many things you can do, and they all pay so much. Each ticket is above 10K, right? So you're gonna be making 1,000 per job at least. And you don't even want to go for 1,000 per job. You want to go for like 10,000 per job. So like 100K. A pool can cost 80K to 100K to 200K to install if it's a big, really big pool, right? So that's exactly what you're going to do. The next thing is you're going to have to generate leads. So this is in the order which you do it. So first you start your business, you find the location for it. Then you're going to generate leads, okay? Now, remember I said you need zero skill to actually run this model. You don't need any skill whatsoever. The reason I say this is because we're going to be using an agency. We are actually the laziest people on earth. We don't do anything, okay? We're going to find a marketing agency to run meta ads. We're not going to run Google ads. Don't run Google ads. Waste of time, waste of money. Run meta ads. Facebook, Instagram, that's where you want to run your ads. You're going to find an agency, and I actually work with an agency, and I can literally just refer you to them. I'm going to put their link in the bio, or in the description of this video, and you can, once you're at that step, you can just talk to them and start working with them. But you're gonna find an agency, and you're gonna ask them to pay you per estimate. Now, when a customer actually wants to get a construction job done, they don't just immediately pay you, or they don't immediately start working with you. They book an estimate, and when they book an estimate, you're gonna send a guy over there, and one of your contractors, and they're gonna go and look at the property. They're gonna come back to you and call you and say, this is how much it'll cost. And then you're going to send them a proposal, and then they'll pay you. That's how that works. But the agency is only going to charge you based on the estimates that you book, which is really huge because 1 in 3 estimates turn into jobs if you're not slow in the head, right? So you're gonna work with an agency that does results based on estimates, or pay per result. You're gonna do a pay per result agency. Ideally, you don't want to pay for your own ad spend. They pay for the ad spend, and then you just pay for results. So there's many ways to do that. You can work with Angie's. They also just charge you per lead, or charge you per estimate. But that's what you're gonna do. So you're gonna pay per that, okay? Once you're getting leads, and I promise you, this is not a bottleneck. If you think of it as a bottleneck, it's just because you're too scared to spend your money. You need a little bit of money to use this model, okay? But if you have a little bit of money, you can make so much more. I'm telling you, you can just 10x it, okay? So this is not a bottleneck. Lead generation is so easy. All you have to do is the agency will just throw leads at you. You just give them a call when you see them. They'll say, oh, this is their information. You just give them a call, say, hey, I saw you were interested in an estimate. Would you like to book in for what time, this, that? What do you want to build? Oh, I want to build a patio. Okay, cool. Book them into your calendar, and then go and send your contractor out, right? But first, before contractors, we're just going to generate leads. Now, once you have your first lead, okay, once you've generated your first lead, and I'm going to say this one more time, you want to be spending money for these leads. You do not want to just oh, let me find an organic way to generate leads. It's gonna work. You can do SEO. SEO is gonna take you 4 or 5 months. Some other making a GMB is gonna take you a long time as well. Or GBP. Just pay for the leads. I promise you, it's worth it. Okay. Once you got a single estimate, you're immediately gonna go to Indeed.com. Indeed for employers. Okay. So you're gonna search up Indeed for employers. Right. Indeed for employers, and you're gonna go to post a job. Okay. Now I'm already logged in. I'm not trying to show you my login or my company details. So you're just gonna go to post a job. You're gonna make a description. You're gonna say I'm hiring contractors who build this. Say the pay is very good. Say like $70 to $100 per hour, and yeah, that's gonna be the pay. Okay. Now what happens is you're gonna get a bunch of messages on Indeed, and they're gonna say they want to work. They want to schedule or they're not gonna say anything, but you're gonna text them and say you want to schedule an interview with them. You will schedule an interview with them, and then you'll just ask them a bunch of generic questions, right? How good are you? Obviously, see if they're intelligent, if they're very good on communication. You want them to be very good on communication, and you'll find some golden contractors. Just do like a week of hiring. Book this estimate like a week and a half into the future. Just find one, two, three good contractors. Okay, just find one for now. You'll interview them. Once they're good, you have their phone number. You're just gonna have their phone number on hand, and you're gonna begin communication with them. Okay. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna tell them. Wait. You're gonna go ahead and tell them. All right. Yeah, you've already hired someone, right? So we're gonna move on to project management now, right? So you have this contractor. You're gonna set up a daily call time. Okay. Now this is only when you have tons and tons of estimates. Obviously you're not gonna have ton. You have one right now, right? So you're just gonna call him. And you're gonna tell him, hey man, I have an estimate at this time. Can you go take it? If he says no, you're just gonna text the client and reschedule it. And you're gonna have to work on the contractor. So find a contractor who's available basically around the clock. The clock. Sorry, not clock. That's weird. And he's very hungry for jobs. Okay. Then what you're gonna do is you're gonna schedule estimates, which we've already done. Assign contractors. Okay, now what you're gonna do is you're gonna send the contractor out there. He's gonna do like an estimate. He's gonna find the money, and what you're gonna do is you're gonna when he's back, you're gonna give him a phone call, and you're gonna be like, "Hey man, I wanted to know what exactly are the details of the project, right? So for a patio, and oh shit, I would suggest you do a little bit of research on your niche. So for patios, learn what like a concrete slab is, concrete pour, learn about all these type of things, right? For patios, I don't personally do too much with patios, so I don't know. But learn about patios, learn how that works. Um, and then you're gonna use ChatGPT for this. So when you're on the call with him, you're gonna be like, I want to build, let's say a deck, right? Because I did deck building. I want to build a deck with the following specs, and then ask him, okay, can you just tell me all the specs of the deck? Just tell me anything about the deck. Give me all the specs, right? He'll give you all the specs. Then you're gonna tell ChatGPT, please use Home Depot pricing, be exact, don't provide. Just look at this and copy this. Put this into ChatGPT, and then ChatGPT is gonna spit out the material costs. Okay. Then it's also gonna put out labor costs. So there's two different types of costs: material and labor. So material costs is what the contractor has to go and buy, and the labor costs are what the contractor is basically profiting from his labor, right? So that's the deck. Now what you're gonna do is you're gonna take the average price. So you're gonna ask ChatGPT, what's the market price for this? And you're gonna go a bit lower, okay? So you can close the job. So always go a bit lower. And there's two things a client looks at when closing. It's the price, very important, and the professionalism. If the professionalism is really good, they might actually use that over the price. The price doesn't always, it's not always the deciding factor. So I have a lot of professional templates that I'm gonna give you guys. Um, but yeah, okay, so now you have the estimate, you have the costs, you have the information for how much everything costs, and you have a breakdown, like, oh, the beams of this deck and the sorry, I'm blanking. The decking boards, the beams, the joists, all these different vocab terms for the deck, you'll know exactly what price it is, right? So what you're gonna do after that is you're gonna go ahead and put that information into documents, okay? Now, there are two documents you need, a proposal and a contract. I'm sorry if I'm going over all this information, but this is just the whole business model. This is how it works, okay? But yeah, just follow along with me. So you're gonna put it into a proposal first. First, you're gonna have a proposal, right? I have this, right? Let's say we're building a fire pit and gazebo patio. I'll give you this template. It'll be in the description of the video. You put your company, you put the builder's name, the client's name, your phone number, and then what you're gonna do is you're gonna say, oh, we can either do a patio with a 10-inch concrete, 10-inch depth concrete slab, or a 20-inch depth concrete slab. And then in specifications you say the 10-inch has this, this, and then the 20-inch has this, and this is why you should do this, right? And just explain what the two options are. And make sure the client actually wants two options. If they only want one option, if they only want a certain type of patio or a certain type of deck, you're only gonna add one option. But yeah, just honestly, you guys are smart, right? Like, look at this proposal, fill it out, make it good, put a cost breakdown, right? So this is for the option one, this is the cost breakdown. For option two, this is the cost breakdown, and just provide a cost breakdown. And once your cost is completely, it's all there, then you're gonna write total design cost. This is the price, right? Then you're gonna have all this, build some trust, everything. But yeah, this is a good proposal. They're gonna like this. You just send this to them in an email, and you're just gonna write a nice email template. Say, hey, Rebecca, here is your email template, or here is your estimate. Please give it a look and let us know what you think. Boom. Then what you're gonna do is you're gonna do a lot of follow-up. Sorry, there was a loud ass police car outside. But yeah, then what you're gonna do is 3 days after, you're just gonna give her a call and say, hey, what were you thinking about the deck? Are there any changes? If she says it's too expensive, just say, oh, we can consider matching it. If they give you a horrible price, don't match it. Just say, okay, we'll think about it, or thank you for telling us. I'll see what the team can do about it. Never reach out to them again. Don't work with them. Just keep generating estimates. If they say, oh, a reasonable price, talk to your contractor, see if you can actually match the price they wanted or what they're getting from other companies and go a little bit lower than that. And then they'll probably be very, very interested in the job. It's usually a price issue. If it's professionalism, they're always, if it's a professionalism issue, they'll just ghost you. So those are two indicators, right? If they're saying, after the follow-ups, they're like, yeah, we got all their estimates. Yours is the best. Let's go with that. You're gonna give them a contract. So here's the contract, the construction agreement. You're gonna put your logo here, tagline, all this. You're gonna fill out this contract. You're gonna put the total price of the contract. Let's say the deck is like 30K, right? A 30K deck. And then you're gonna say the deposit is the material cost plus your commission, right? So if the material costs are 10K for this 30K deck, and then your commission is going to be 4K from this deck, you just put 14K for deposit, and yeah, they'll send the deposit wire transfer to you after this job. And then, yeah, just give them this contract, and then keep following up with them. And then when they're interested in buying, they'll be like, okay, yeah. Or when they sign it, they'll send it to you. Then you're just gonna give them your wire information. You're just on your bank. Just go to your wire details, and they can just wire you the money. And then you can give the materials to your contractor, and then you can keep your profit for yourself. So it's just easy 4K made, and you don't really do too much work, right? You just fill out templates and just text them once a day. It's really simple. And if you do this in a huge amount of mass, right? Like if you do this with 20 pending proposals, right? And a third of them close, it's just like you're so rich, right? So just keep generating tons and tons of estimates, keep sending proposals. That's all you have to do. That's your whole work, right? And if you have a good follow-up system, they'll start closing. Payment collection is the last thing, right? So either the contractor collects all the payment and then they just sell you the money, or they PayPal you the money. There's no tax on that, so you won't be taxed. This is good till 50K a month. But if you have like I had this really huge job, 200K job, where they had to sell me 30K, right? And when they were selling me 30K, I can't just do that. Well, they can't sell me 30K, right? So they had to wire transfer it to me. And at that point, I was like, okay, let me just make an LLC, because that is very suspicious. The IRS will probably flag it. Your bank will probably flag it. And some sort of issues will happen. So make an LLC if you're getting huge payments. If you're just working with decks or something like that, you can easily make 10K, 20K, 30K, even 50K a month with volume if you do this well. So that's exactly how this business model works. Now, I know it's a lot to take in. If you have any questions, just reach out to me. I'm actually also going to run a program where I teach people how to do this exclusively. I'm just starting this out right now, so the prices are going to be low relatively. Remember, this is not for people who are not willing to invest. So yeah, I will be teaching people exactly how to do this and exactly how to make crazy tons of money within their first 2 months of doing this. So yeah, that's everything. Thank you guys for listening. And yeah, I'll be dropping more content on exactly how this model works. If you got to this far in the video, that means you definitely care about making money. You're able to listen to my monotone, boring ass voice. So yeah, man, you're gonna make it. Just run this model. This is exactly how it works. There's obviously a lot of tiny details, which you'll need my help for, and that's the way I've made it. So you can keep asking me for help, and hopefully, drop it in my program. But yeah, that's exactly how this model works. I almost made 100K this month doing it, and next month, who knows, 200K probably, something like that. It's just infinitely scalable. So yeah, guys, thank you for listening. That's it.